Dragon Ball Super characters are insanely powerful, but are they too powerful? That is a question that I'm going to try and answer today. So as you know, the Goku featured in Dragon Ball Super is likely the strongest iteration of Goku we have ever gotten in the series. The only Goku that I think could possibly be stronger is the 100-year time skip Goku at the end of Dragon Ball GT, but he is featless, so it is really hard to gauge what the difference in power would be. And I'll probably save that comparison for a later video. But was this power that Goku got, was it too much? And was it even warranted that he deserved it? In the very beginning of the series, Goku and friends would do the Super Saiyan God ritual. Once Goku attained this God power, he had become far stronger than he had ever been up to at that point. He had even surpassed the likes of Super Vegito from Dragon Ball Z. This potentially made Goku billions of times stronger and put him at a universe-level fighter. His fight with Beerus was threatening to destroy the Macroverse. Was this power boost warranted, or was it too much? I would say no, it wasn't warranted, and yes, it was too much. Goku did not deserve this power boost, or at least he didn't deserve to keep the power boost. It would have been much better if he had actually lost the power instead of absorbing it into his base form. In fact, I'm going to be doing a series where I rewrite the several different Dragon Ball Super sagas, and that is what I'll be doing in the Battle of the Gods. I'll make it so that Goku does not keep the Super Saiyan God power in his base form. That's just too much power, and we saw how much stronger base Vegito was than Super Saiyan 3 Goku, let alone Super Vegito back in Dragon Ball Z. And with this God form likely far surpassing even a hypothetical Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, that means that base Goku has now far outsurpassed this fusion. Now before you get all mad and say, well in GT, base Goku is stronger than Buu, what's the difference? Now, you are right, base Goku in GT is very strong, but this is a false analogy. Goku in GT is a Goku who is 15 years older than the Goku in Super. He went through 10 years of training, and then 5 years of training with Oob, which makes for 15 years of training. Him being very strong is warranted, and even then, that's nothing to compare to what base Goku in Super is. Meanwhile, Goku in Super, he just held some hands with Saiyans, and got that strong. Goku after this would then train with an angel for a long time. This angel's power was vastly superior to Gods of Destruction. He spent 3 years training in the Room of Spirit and Time, more training, and then breaking his limits several times in the Tournament of Power. In fact, it is stated in a guide that just Ultra Instinct Omen Goku may actually surpass Beerus, and then Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, he would likely be far stronger than that, and he smacked Jiren around. So, Goku has now surpassed the Gods of Destruction, another tier of gods that Goku has surpassed. What is left? Will the Gods of Destructions eventually be looked at like the current Supreme Kais, as the Supreme Kais are gods, but far below that of our heroes? With Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku surpassing the gods, and him likely only getting stronger for later on in the series, how will any villain be able to challenge him? How are they going to make a villain strong enough to fight him? At this point, it almost wouldn't make sense unless if they were a god themselves. Could they introduce a new tier of gods? Yes, but that has already happened too many times, and I don't think they should just keep adding new tiers of gods over and over and over again. I just think that Super has just almost been written into a hole. They can still introduce a villain that is stronger than a God of Destruction. It's just going to be harder to write that. Also, they can do a villain that just isn't involved in power. Actually, something that I've been wanting them to do is introduce more magic, or like a reality warping being. Bring in the Makaioshins, or the demon gods. Imagine if they were demon gods of destruction. That would be pretty cool. And they could probably be very powerful and just be like, oh, demon gods, stronger than gods of destruction. That brings in a bunch of new villains that should be stronger than the gods of destruction, which would be really cool. And even just a magic user villain, one who could either reduce the power of the Z Fighters, trap them in other dimensions. Overall, they could do a lot of different things, and I mean, they could even introduce something like Lavenda's Poison, who they would massively weaken you over time, which would make somebody as strong as Goku actually make even a weaker villain very hard for him to beat. So overall, I do really like Super. It was awesome that we got that 10-year gap filled between the Buu Saga and the end of Z, but when you start off with Goku's base being far stronger than Super Vegito, and he didn't even earn the transformation in the first place, then that's a bit of an issue to me. Even talking about Jiren, who was able to blink away Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken x 20 Goku in their first meeting, blinking away the Spirit Bomb, blinking away a Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta's Final Flash, punching so hard it scared Goku back into his base form, and that just being a fraction of his power at the time. I just think it would have been better to keep Goku and Jiren and the others far below the levels of a God of Destruction power fighter, which makes it easier for them to include more powerful villains in the future. Also, with Goku now surpassing Beerus, this potentially ruins the chance of their rematch. I've said this many times, but it seemed like Super was building up for a Goku and Beerus rematch, or a potential Goku and Vegeta team up on Beerus. With Goku already surpassing Beerus, that would make the fight just not likely to happen, but it would also be pointless. Now, as a final thought, I do want to mention that even if I wish they would have nerfed the power of these characters in Super a bit, it still is an epic show. It was epic to watch the power of these characters in these fights, seeing Goku and Beerus nearly destroy the universe, Goku countering his time skip, and then Goku surpassing the gods with their own technique and the tournament power to save his own universe. It is still an epic show, and I am no way a Dragon Ball Super hater. I just think it would have been better if they would have done it a bit differently. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think down below. Do you think that the characters in Supers are too strong, or do you think it's just right, or are they too weak? I mean, it could go either way, but again, I don't like that Super Saiyan God Goku is that strong from the beginning. But then again, it's like I do like it at the same time. I like it, but I think it would have been better if he wasn't that strong, or if he didn't absorb that power. It just didn't feel earned. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, join my Discord, and follow me on Twitter. And I would give a huge thanks to all of my Patreon supporters. So my Super Saiyans is Hodag Hunter, and my Super Saiyan 2s, Darius, Israel Flores, Locke, Anime Paradox, and Mystic Ghoul. And also thanks to my Super Saiyan 3s, Scotland Serenity, Diraj Payton, Sin Overlord, and Griffin Jacob. Thank you guys so much for all the support. It really does mean a lot, and I hope you guys all have an amazing day. Peace out.